Will you move that up?
Good.
Yep. Most people think diabetes is a condition where you cannot consume sugar. However, depending if you have type 1 or type 2, you can still have a normal life with few changes. The main factor of diabetes is that your body does not produce enough insulin. Insulin is a hormone that is needed to convert sugar, starches, and other food into energy needed for daily life. But before I get into the details, I would like to explain why I chose this topic. I chose diabetes as my topic because my friend has been a diabetic since she was 7, and I became interested in how diabetes actually works. First off, there are 2 types of diabetes. Type 1. Type 1 is insulin dependent. Children and young adults usually get it. The body does not produce insulin at all, and only about 5% of people that have diabetes have this form. And it's usually treated with insulin, exercise, and a diabetic diet. Type 2, on the other hand, is non-insulin dependent, which means they only produce a little bit of insulin. And the most common form of diabetes would be this type. It's insulin resistant, and in the beginning, your pancreas makes extra insulin to make up for the lower levels. Over time, however, the pancreas is unable to keep up and can't make enough insulin to keep your blood glucose levels at normal levels. First, it's treated with weight loss, a diabetic diet, and exercise. Then, if that doesn't help, oral medications or injections are used. The symptoms of these 2 types are increased thirst and frequent urination, extreme hunger, weight loss, fatigue, and blurred vision. In addition to those symptoms, type 2 diabetes also includes slow healing sores or frequent infections and areas of darkened skin. Increased thirst and frequent urination occurs when extra sugar builds up in your bloodstream, and it can cause fluid to be pulled from the tissues. This is what causes you to be thirsty, which results in drinking and urinating more often than usual. Increased hunger occurs when there isn't enough insulin to move sugar into your cells. Your muscles and organs lose energy and cause you to become more hungry. Weight loss occurs even though you are eating more than usual, because when your body is unable to metabolize glucose, it begins to use alternative fuels that are stored in the muscles and fats. Weight loss begins when the calories are lost due to extra glucose being released during time. Fatigue happens when you become tired and irritable, and when your cells do not get enough sugar. Blurred vision is when your blood sugars are too high and your ability to focus may be difficult due to fluid being pulled from the lenses of your eyes. In type 2, the slow healing and sores and frequent infections occur quite often, and areas of darkened skin are in the folds and creases of your bodies, usually in the armpits and neck area. The causes of type 1. Normally, your immune system fights harmful bacteria or viruses. However, in type 1 diabetes, your immune system attacks and destroys your insulin-producing cells in the pancreas. This leaves you with little to no insulin. Instead of being transported into your cells, sugar builds up in your bloodstream. Type 1 is usually caused by a combination of genetic weakness and environmental factors, though some of those factors are still unclear to us. In type 2 diabetes, your cells reject the action of insulin, and your pancreas is not able to make enough insulin to overcome that rejection. Sugar begins to build up in your bloodstream instead of moving into your cells for the energy that's needed for your body. Although it is not yet proven, it is said that genetic and environmental factors play a part in the development of type 2. Being obese is a large part in the development of type 2 diabetes, but not everyone with type 2 is obese. To help with the obesity, many people go on strict diets or are put on certain medicines to make them not gain weight, to make the condition even worse. Complications with diabetes can range from very severe and also none at all. The longer you have diabetes, the less controlled your blood sugar is and the higher the risk of complications. After a while, these complications can result in death or a disability. Possible complications include cardiovascular disease, nerve damage, kidney damage, eye damage, foot damage, skin and mouth conditions, osteoporosis, Alzheimer's disease, and sometimes even cancer. However, some of these are a bit extreme, but they're still possible. Now that you are aware of this information, I hope you learned about this condition and learned that living a healthy lifestyle is very important in staying healthy and not getting diabetes. Because even though you didn't get diagnosed with diabetes at a young age, you're still very capable of getting diabetes when you're older. And when you're older, you usually develop type 2 diabetes, which can be much worse. Thanks.